Rockers y pelmazos enganchados a la red, peluqueras y estudiantes sin salir de su PC. Tienen ya su casa en una esquina de la web. No salen a la calle, no se lo quieren perder. Aquí me encontrarás si buscas discusión. Apúntate, chaval, es elrin.com. elrin.com. Gran excitación.
Jeff Miles, el DJ y productor de Detroit, por el que muchos perderían los pantalones de admiración, nos concedió esta entrevista exclusiva en la primera edición del Festival FIMA, el Festival Internacional de Músicas Avanzadas, patrocinado entre otros por el Musac de León, y que contó con artistas como el mismísimo Karl Bartos de Kraftwerk, Rhinoceros o Marco Carola. Jeff Miles, erigido como uno de los iconos del techno, contar con su nombre en cualquier cartel de evento se traduce en un éxito seguro. Adorado por cientos de fans, que le consideran sin duda el mejor disc jockey del mundo, sus sesiones son de una intensidad brutal, fundamentalmente basadas en sus propios discos y cosidas con el techno más trepidante.
Well, I think it has come a long way since the early days. From what I remember, I think that the musicians, not just in Spain but overall, have kind of perfected the art form of composing electronic music due to technology and things like that. But I think that when compared to what is possible and what you could do with that computer, and if you apply the amount of a certain amount of imagination to it, you should be able to go much further beyond. And I really don't see that happening here so much, or in most other places as well. So, but yeah, I think it progresses along just at a much slower pace, I think. Probably, I mean, there are quite a few. I mean, 2001: Space Odyssey is my dream project. I'm currently working on a movie soundtrack for the movie called Things to Come by H.G. Wells, for a project that should come out next year, and it's a story about just before World War II. The world changes very drastically, and this one person has the opportunity to be able to go into the future, and he's watching how the world has changed, and trying to prevent things from happening and steer people in the right direction. So I have the chance to recompose the soundtrack for this movie. Another one would be Blade Runner, because the whole movie is one gigantic question mark, and it ends on a note where it doesn't really give you anything to kind of hold on to, and that to me kind of reminds me of the way that we're heading in terms of the future. It's difficult for, I think, probably most of us to really even try to guess what the world would be like in 10 or 15 years from now. So that would be the one of them. Well, I mean, there's no grading system. There's no structure to what you are supposed to do with sound and frequencies and keyboards, and how you're actually supposed to play them. There's no written rule. So with that, any and everything that you can imagine and then translate to the keyboard is possible. When you walk into a record shop, which I do a lot, and I listen to a stack of records, it generally sounds pretty much the same. And I think that it should not really be that way. That electronic music overall should be much more diverse in terms of the shape and the color and the texture and those type of things. So I think we have a lot of catching up to do if we were to ever try to get in a mode where we need to progress and catch up with technology and things like that. I think there's a lot of things that we're not doing actually.
No corresponde a ningún cliente.